Okay, guys, so we're going to be reacting to SML Universe. How much money does Mr. Goodman really have?
Goodman is by far the richest character in SML. With tons of cars, boats, and mansions, he is absolutely stacked with cash. But how much money does he actually have? In this video, we'll be finding out the exact amount, starting with his house.
Isn't he a trillionaire? Because he killed his dad wanted to get his cat to, like, he came to Marvin's house or something, wanting to sign his cat for all the money, and then didn't Goodman marry the cat, kill the cat, and then take the money? So isn't he a trillionaire?
In SML, we've seen Mr.
I could be
Goodman
wrong,
live
but
in
I'm
two
pretty
main
sure.
houses. His main house, which we see in The Life of Goodman, and his current house, which we see in SML movie Scooby-Doo and Onward. And after some stalking on Zillow, which is a website where you can look at houses' value, and finding the exact addresses for these places,
that's not
it seems
creepy
like
at all.
his first home is worth almost $12 million.
Bro just admitted that he's stalking SML and all their filming houses. But we're not going to talk about that, I guess.
His other house is worth around $4
No idea how bro has that
but this is just
address.
the beginning, and we're not even at 1% of his net worth.
Somehow he
We
found
all
it.
know that Marvin's house has a mortgage, which he has to pay every month to Mr. Goodman's bank.
Which he
Fine, I
doesn't.
pay a mortgage to the bank, so the bank owns it.
Marvin bought the house in 2016.
No, he doesn't.
And the SML filming house in 2016
You don't
costed
actually
around
pay it.
$390,000. But over the years, with housing prices booming, it costs around $718,000. But with all the renovations they did, such as the pool they built, it would most...
By the way, guys, I'm not gonna watch all his videos, because every once in a while he does like 40 to an hour long videos. I'm only gonna watch like these ones that are like only a few minutes, like up to at least
likely
15.
cost around $800,000.
Those are the only ones I'm actually
Now,
gonna
we
watch.
can add his house as one of Mr. Goodman's assets, as he owns the bank. But that's not all, because he doesn't just own...
Doesn't he own like every company?
Marvin's mortgage.
Well,
He
I
owns
know.
the mortgages on every house across the whole street, which would be a whopping $6+ million. And if you think that's crazy, you would be in for a surprise, because as shown in SML movie Brooklyn Guy's credit card, my boy Mr. Goodman has basically monopolized the credit industry, as shown by the fact that he pays his workers literally nothing.
Well, how much are you paying him an hour?
A staggering, a mind-blowing 50 cents an hour.
Therefore, Mr. Goodman is the only creditor in the United States, meaning he owns
I mean,
every
he
single mortgage.
isn't paying zero, but that's not very good. 50 cents an hour is crazy.
Which would total to around $12.8 trillion, meaning that
Trillionaire.
only from his real estate ventures, he has made over 40 times more than Elon Musk's net worth. But that still doesn't include all the money he's made from property.
Elon Musk is cooked from Goodman. If Goodman was a real person in the real world, he'll be the first trillionaire. And by a lot, too, because this is just the
As shown in
start.
SML movie The Koopalings Part 2, Goodman also owns the apartment complex that all the SML characters lived in during the apartment era.
And I'm the owner and landlord of the apartment complex.
We can assume that Mr. Goodman didn't just stop at the one apartment, though, and probably owns all the apartments in the US considering his wealth. Mr. Goodman's net worth so far is
Probably,
almost
nobody
2
surprised.
times the US GDP. But Mr. Goodman's assets don't end with property. Another huge collection of Mr. Goodman's
cars.
assets is from his vehicles. In SML movie The Life of Goodman, we get to see some of his vehicles, one of them being a whole private jet that he flies around on his own.
This is my private jet. It's fast
Wow.
as fuck.
The average cost of a private jet is around $4 million on the lower end, which is already a lot, but we know that Mr. Goodman doesn't cheap out on anything, even private jets, so we can assume he
spent as
probably
much
owns
as
the
he
most
could.
expensive jet, which is the Airbus A380, which is owned by a Saudi Arabian prince, and we know that Mr. Goodman has good relationships with the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Hello?
Hello, my friend. It is me, Prince Abu Dhabi.
So he probably has been given one of these jets, which costs a staggering
Wouldn't be
$600
surprised.
million. On top of his lavish planes, he's also seen driving an assortment of exotic cars. In
Lambo.
SML movie The Life of Goodman and Jeffy's Car Wash, we see that he owns both a red and blue Lamborghini Huracan Evo. He also owns an Audi R8, as seen in SML movie
R8?
Jeffy's
Damn.
Joyride. And when Mr. Goodman wants to look poor, he settles for a Porsche 911 because it has poor in the name. This car costs almost $200.
Yep, totally.
grand. And that's not even to mention...
Bro wants to look poor. And he's driving a Porsche.
And all the cars we see his son
Are you
Richard
serious?
drive. In SML movie Richard's Mistake, he's seen driving a 2020 BMW i8. And in SML movie Jeffy's Fast and Furious, he's also seen driving a Porsche 911, which we will assume is Goodman's, so we won't count that. But we all know, when it comes to expensive stuff that Goodman has, there's always more. Because in SML movie The Life of Goodman, after he shows off his Lambo, he says this.
This is my Lamborghini. I buy a new one every week when the odometer hits 100 miles, because then it's just too used for me.
Him changing cars every week explains why he has both a blue and a red Lamborghini. And since he still owns the car, it means that he's been accumulating so much wealth just from Lamborghinis alone. The Lamborghini Huracan Evo first released in 2019, meaning that for 6 years he's been buying Lamborghinis weekly, which totals to $106,295,208 just from Lamborghinis. But neither vehicles nor his houses
every week for 6 years straight, bro, has that much money.
We've already talked about how his banking...
People have said you can buy like a bunch of the same things. Like I've seen shorts of this. You can buy a whole bunch of like the same thing with like only billions of dollars, and you wouldn't even lay a dent in your money, in your net worth. So like imagine trillions, bro. This will take a spending spree will probably take 1, maybe even 2, maybe even a lot longer than that to spend all of that. It's not infinite, but like there's no way you're spending trillions of dollars in a lifetime if you're smart with your money. If you're smart with your money, you are not spending that in your lifetime. You when you're on your deathbed, you would probably still have, I don't know if you have trillions or billions or millions, but it will be one of those 3 ranges. There's no way you're under $1 million. You're either $1 million, billion, or trillionaire still. I don't know how much money you're spending if you end up under that.
The US. But what is the actual value of Goodman Bank and Trust? Well, since we all know Goodman's Bank is the only bank in the entire world of SML, we can total up all of the worth of the banks in the US. And this totals up to a staggering 153 trillion with a T dollars, which at this point doesn't even surprise me anymore. Shockingly, this isn't the only business he owns. In SML movie Job, it's revealed that Goodman is the owner of Jimmy John's.
Oh god, the boss is gonna be so mad about this.
What did I just hear?
Which is valued at $20 billion. But that's not all. After losing all his money in SML movie The Bet, Goodman works for Bowser, who asks him to go to Walmart. After seeing that there was a puddle of water, without a wet floor sign, he knew what he was doing and was not going back.
What is that? Water on the floor and no wet floor sign? I'm about to get paid. Ching-ching. Here I go. Ah! Oh, my back! Oh, my neck!
This slip-up made Mr. Goodman the owner of Walmart and all of its assets, totaling $767 billion.
Needless to say, I own Walmart now.
In SML movie Junior's Cookie Crisp, Junior makes a jingle for Cookie Crisp, which seemed to take inspiration, shall we say, from...
Yeah, bro, we reacted to that. I don't think I reposted it on this channel, though. I don't remember. But, yeah. Bro literally just names every slogan from every brand. He says McDonald's, he says, no.
Multiple different franchises.
A lot of it.
Mr. Goodman.
I'm a Cookie Crisp now.
Explaining how he's the owner of McDonald's, Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, Trix, Goldfish, Cheetos, Skittles, Huggies, State Farm, Red Bull, Kit Kat, KFC, Frosted Flakes, Arby's, Burger King, and Allstate. But finally, let's look at some things that can take away from his massive liabilities. Starting off with debt. To afford such massive purchases like houses, cars, and businesses' starting costs, it makes sense financially to take a loan from a bank. This would mean that Mr. Goodman must have taken out loads of loans, right? Well, if you recall, Goodman's Bank is the only moneylender in the entire world, and you can't be in debt to yourself. And the money.
Oh, wait, so does he not go in debt at all then? Is that even possible?
Starting the bank was probably erased when all the banks shut down because of what he did. Another thing we could look at is the taxes Goodman would have to pay. But Goodman and tax evasion are basically like bread and butter. His main strategy is to have multiple children with his maid.
And I've gotten her pregnant 7 times because we don't believe in Plan B, only Plan C, because the C stands for cash. We have the kids, I claim them on my taxes.
He even went to jail for a day for tax evasion. In SML movie, Goodman goes to jail. This is probably why Goodman says his net worth is significantly lower than it is.
Ah, yes. $1 trillion, just like it should be.
From tallying up his net worth from just his houses alone, that's way more than $1 trillion. All of this is just lying to avoid paying taxes. Therefore, he literally doesn't have anything deducted from his net worth.
What's above $1 trillion there? What's above $1 trillion? Because it's a million, a billion, a trillion. What's above $1 trillion? Watch it say 1,000,000,001. A quadrillion? So Bo's probably a quadrillionaire.
In total. How much is Mr. Goodman really worth? Well, after tallying up everything, it gives us a mind-blowing 167 trillion, 767 billion, 389,911,108 dollars. To put this into perspective, the total amount of money on Earth is only 123 trillion, meaning that Mr. Goodman is—
Wait, so every person on the world is only 123 trillion? Like everyone together? Damn. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be that in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, bye, guys.